I want to do a shout out to Barricade Garage. They call him BG. His name is Ray. But his channel's Barricade Garage. I want to do a shout out to him because this video is kind of because of his channel. And he was talking about my cowboy hat. So I can't remember who it was, but he was doing a live stream yesterday, and somebody said they were talking about my hat, and they joke about a couple of different things on there about me riding a Segway. Yeah, like you get me on a Segway or a skateboard or anything like that. But they make there's jokes that, and I go along with them, play along with them and shit too. But they talk about BG talks Ray talks about my cowboy hat. Look at his picture. He's got the cowboy hat on. Shit. And so there was somebody I was reading through the comments on the live chat, and they were talking about Cowboy Watachi, a cowboy hat. And somebody said something like, "Oh, he's just an old cowboy," and I can't remember what the rest of it was, but saying I was an old cowboy. Well, I'm here to set the record straight. There is no cowboy in Watachi whatsoever. And the man behind Watachi, Brian Grooms, no cowboy. I keep telling you people, I'm a damn hillbilly, not a cowboy. When I grew up, folks, I grew up in Indiana, or Greenwood, Indiana, which is south side of Indiana, just south of Indianapolis. And that was corn country, folks. Everything around there was cornfields. We detasseled corn during the summer months. You had a choice. You could detassel corn or bale hay, and baling hay wasn't. Well, they was both about equally as fun. To be honest with you. But them leaves out in that corn, you walking up down through there detasseling that shit, and you got to reach up and pull off that top flower out of each plant, and those leaves and stuff on that corn. If you got short sleeves on, it's summer, folks. You still got to wear long sleeve shirts, long pants, everything covering yourself because those leaves on corn will cut you up like paper cuts. And if you're not wearing all that shit, you'll be cut up like crazy. Like somebody just stood around and with a piece of paper and just cut the shit out of you everywhere. Paper cuts. I ain't lying to you. Now, we did have a couple of people around town, or maybe not in Greenwood, but outside of Greenwood, because you get on, Greenwood was the big city. And then you get on south of there, you had, now listen to these names, folks. I told you it was a very racist place. You had, what I think it's either, okay, Whiteland comes first or New Whiteland comes first, and then it's Whiteland. But one of the towns come first. I think it's Whiteland first, then New Whiteland. And then you get on down into Franklin, Edinburgh, all the way down. It keeps going. But as you got on away from Greenwood had the city mall and shit there. So it was like big city, even though Indianapolis was the big city. But there was some farms around that had a few horses, maybe a couple of cows, maybe a handful of cows or whatever, a few pigs, goats and shit. But it wasn't like ranchers. We didn't have a bunch of ranchers around there. Now, we did have a family that was, went by, their last names were Fruchon. Does that name tell you anything? Fruchon? And they owned a stables where they housed only thoroughbred horses. Now, this is one of my first experiences with horses and cows, folks. I was probably 13, maybe 14 years old, I think, somewhere around that. They had like I said, this was a high dollar stables. There wasn't nothing in there that wasn't thoroughbred and worth a bunch of damn money. But they also had a few cows and shit. They had a herd of cows, and I knew this family because I went to school with the sons, and we hung around shit. So they was telling me they could get me a job at their stables. Decent paying job. I said, oh, okay, well, I went up there and I didn't have no experience at anything, so I was cleaning stables basically. That's what I was doing, folks, cleaning shit out of stables and on about, I don't know, about third or fourth day I was doing this. Now, there wasn't no horses or anything in these stables when I went in them, folks. They were, I don't know where all the freaking horses were, but they weren't around. And I would do sections because this was a big stables. But it would be like when I come in there to do it, them horses would all be out of the stables. I wouldn't have to deal with no horses, nothing like that. Just go in there, shovel the shit out of the stables, lay down some fresh straw, and then fucking move on. And I would only do so many. It was a part-time thing. But one of these, I think it was the third or fourth day I was out there. They had a calf. It was, I think it was in the spring, so the calves were coming. And there was one of the calves got down by the pond and got stuck in the mud. And it was squalling for mama. And so we went. They went down there, and the mother heard the squalling, and they come up there, and they were like, "Brian, you got to take his, you got to keep this mother cow from going down there. If she goes down there, she's gonna get stuck, and we're gonna have a harder time getting her out of that mud. You got to help keep her up here." I'm like, "Okay, a cow," and we're in a cow field. And it was me and a couple other guys. They told us, you got to keep that mother over here. You can't let her get out. We're not on horses enough, people. We're on our feet in a cow field. What other than cows are in a field? Other than cows and grass, what else is in that field? So I start, this cow's trying to get around us, all three of us. And we're out there, and we're trying to keep her corralled over at this one, on this one corner of this field. That was all we could do. And we done got her separated from the rest of the cows, so we weren't worried about the rest of the cows. They'll just stand and watch. But this mother wanted to be down there, and so here we are running back, trying to keep this cow. And this cow, I'm telling you what, you guys don't think a cow can move. A cow can move. A cow can they can take the shorts off of you and take off the other way if they want to. I don't know I'm telling you what, three of us couldn't hold that mother cow in there with her baby down there screaming. And I'm running around there, and all of a sudden I didn't even see it coming. And that cow's running this direction. I'm trying to stay in front of that cow. As she's moving, I'm trying to stay between me and her, in between her and the calf, and I hit it. Full speed run, and she made a little quick maneuver on me, and I was trying to make a quick stop at the same time, because she did one of these on me, and I hit it. Slid right through it. Had it from the bottom of my shoe all the way inside, packed inside my ear by the time I was done sliding. Now, at this point, I don't give. I'll chase that damn cow down there to the fucking mud. I was mad as hell. And my fuck is I slinging my shirt off and shit. I got cow shit on, and it was fresh, folks. It wasn't no cow patty fighting piles. It wasn't none of that. This shit was fresh, man. Uh, that was it for the stables for me. This is how cowboy upped I was. We went on a couple of trips when I was younger and went out west and stuff. I told you, my parents traveled, and that's why I always traveled and moved. And we went several places, and would after the first time we figured out how I could do it, but the first time we went horseback riding, it was somewhere out in Arizona, and we were just going to go. You just follow this trail, and it's a nice trail. Everybody's riding horses up and down through this valley and shit, and come back around. No big deal. And I had kind of been around horses, just never been, I guess, that close on them or anything. But so they were looking and talking to each one of us and figuring out which horse to put each one of us on, who could handle what. And I'm standing there, and all of a sudden, they're pulling horses out of stalls and start slapping blankets on the back of those horses. And I'm standing there like, we're getting ready to ride these boys. That blanket hit the back of that horse, and I felt the air come out from under the blanket and hit me right in the face. Didn't think nothing of it. I was born with asthma, lung problems like you would, COPD, all that shit. I was born with that shit, folks. Within about 2 minutes, I'm getting to the point I can't breathe. I'm allergic to fucking horses, is what I'm saying, folks. My throat starts swelling up, my asthma, I can't breathe, my inhaler's in the car and shit. Within about 4 minutes, my eyes are swelling shut. I've got hives. Big hives. Breaking all over my body. I'm scratching my eyes. I can't breathe. Fucking people, that was a freaking mess. They had to rush, get me out of there, got me to the car I think we was in. I got my inhaler, and I got that under control, and they was getting ready to take me to the hospital and shit. And somebody said, "Man, he's allergic as hell to them horses or something." And so they stuffed some allergy pills in, or gave me an allergy pill, and that kind of took it down. It took it a while. I was whipped too. By the time this was all over with, I was tired. Eyes swelled shut. Shit. We're on a trip, vacation. That's when I found out I was allergic to, and it's not the horses, it's that dander. There's something in the dander. That's what I've been told. It's in the dander, because even if I'm out there like petting a wild deer, if I'm petting it or something, the same thing will happen. I have to have some kind of allergy pills in me, or my eyes will swell shut. I can't breathe. If I'm around deer, live deer with their fur. Now once it's dead, and I don't know what it is, folks. Even rabbits do the same thing to me. Hell, I was probably about 10 years old. Somebody gave me a rabbit, to me it was a big old rabbit. Somebody gave it to me, and I'm taking it home. My mom and dad's at work. I'm waiting for them to get home. There's about an hour and a half, 2 hours. Wait, I got this big old bunny rabbit. Loving on that bunny rabbit like nobody ever loved on a bunny rabbit before. I'm telling you what. By the time my parents got home, my eyes were swelled shut. Hives all over me. And they're going, you got to give the rabbit back. And I'm going, no, I want to keep it. I want to keep it. They're going to look at how. How? How can you keep it? So, folks, that's a old cowboy shit, right? Yeah, cowboy allergic to horses, deers, and rabbits. Yeah, that's a cowboy for you right there. And I'm not even sure about cows. I haven't spent a lot of time around cows. I could be allergic as hell to them. It might be because I'm scared of them. I ain't scared of no man, but freaking animals. I don't care how fat and happy they seem. They can hurt you in a damn minute. Certain ones. But now as I got older, my first wife had family that had a couple of horses. One of them was a pregnant mare. Pregnant as hell. I go, hey, we'll let you ride her. She ain't gonna do nothing. Not being pregnant and shit. She's gonna be just as calm. And I was like, all right, I got my allergy pills. Her name was Poker. Pregnant Poker. That damn horse, there was barbed wire fence on both sides of the damn driveway as you're going out to the driveway and down the old country road. Wasn't a car coming down through there. For the 2 hours I'd been there, I ain't seen one car, nobody come down that damn road. Now, once you get out to the road, there's barbed wire fence on both sides of the doggone road. There's some dirt, a ditch, and shit on both sides of the road. But just as you get up and out of the ditch, there's a barbed wire fence. 2-lane country road. You know how wide they are. Pregnant Poker. I'm riding her down that driveway thinking I'm pretty good. We made that turn off that driveway onto that main road, and there was a hill. It was pretty good. It wasn't a hill. It wasn't a big hill, but it was way on down the road a little way, and it was coming up, and then it would dip over, and I could see all the way to the top of that hill. When I stopped at the end of the driveway to go out there, look both ways. There ain't a car nowhere. So I go trotting old pregnant Poker up that road. I get about 50 yards up that road. Guess what breaks the hill? Guess what breaks over the top of the hill up there, folks? A school bus. Country road, school bus. Cowboy Watachi on the back of pregnant Poker. The horse. No, folks. I don't even remember what happened. But riding the horse was no longer an option. That's what came down to it. Me being on the horse was no longer an option. Because the horse done made up his mind. I didn't know what I was doing. And she said, fuck this. I'm out of here. She knew I didn't know how to ride her ass. Let me see. There's a... Oh, my last one on the Cowboy Watachi. Cowboy. Hillbilly, folks. I don't want to have to keep telling you that. I'm not a cowboy. I'm a hillbilly. We're out at where my wife lived, where she grew up, Walden, Colorado, folks. There's no McDonald's. There's no Burger Kings. There's one bank, one post office, and two street lights. And if they're both green and you blink at the same time, you won't even know Walden, Colorado. You pass through Walden, Colorado. It's so far back in the Colorado mountains, folks. I'm telling you, most of the people that go there today are hunters, or the people that live there are ranchers. 100% cowboy motherfuckers. Big time. Now we're at my wife's family's house, staying there, and I start smelling. I mean, we just got there, I think about 7 or 8 hours before this. This is the next morning, and we got the Marlboro man, the real one. He lives in this house. I ain't playing with you. He's got about, at this time, first couple times I met him, he didn't have but 1 or 2 horses. He's got a whole damn herd of them out there now. And man, we were tired. We were a long way from where we drove into there. And next morning, I mean, like 4:30, 5 o'clock, I'm smelling bacon and biscuits, eggs. I mean, his wife's up. She's making everything you could pile into a cowboy breakfast. That's exactly what it was. Them boys needed that big ass breakfast. I'll guarantee you that. And I was telling my wife, I was like, man, that shit breakfast smells ready. I'm getting the hell up, going in there and saying I'm gonna eat, And so he kind of hell, I don't know what he is. If he's married to her family member, so I don't know if he's uncle, grandpa. He wasn't a grandpa, but he was hell, he was about my age, oh. He was about my age. And he's like, come on, man, we got to get going. I'm looking at my wife. He's yelling that in the bedroom. Me and my wife. I'm looking at my wife going, what the hell does he mean by that? Yeah, come on, man, we got to get going. I'm on vacation. And so I'm going, well, hell, I'll get up here and get dressed, see what he's got planned. I jump up, I get dressed, folks. I go out, and there's a breakfast like you wouldn't believe. I mean, fit for a king out there. Biscuits, all this shit, homemade biscuits, bacon, gravy, eggs. If you scrambled, if you wanted them fried or whatever, there was all of it, man. Toast and jellies, and I mean everything on the table. I'm like, shit, I'm tearing this stuff up, buddy. My wife comes out and eats. And then she's calling me. He goes, man, we got to get the hell out of here. We've messed around long enough. I said, okay. So I get up, I wipe myself off. Shit. This crazy shit. Sorry, guys. My eyes are watering because I'm laughing inside already. This guy, I mean, I'm telling you what, folks, if you take a picture of the Marlboro Man, the one, oh, cool, got good. That was some good news right there, folks. I've been waiting to hear about it. If you took the person that you think the Marlboro or whatever cowboy whatever person that you think would be an honest 100% cowboy across the board, I don't care what show you watch. You take that person right there, and that was this guy. I can't even remember his name. It's been so long since I've seen him, I can't even remember his name. I remember his wife's name, Kathy. She's family to my wife, but I can't remember his name. But he rode horses more than he drove cars or anything, folks. I'm serious as hell. And 6 gun on the side, just 6 gun, folks. Rifle on the horse, everything, ropes, everything. He was cut cowboy, 100%. He goes, "Come on, we done wasted enough time." And I'm looking at my wife. I get up, I go over and I kiss her. Say, bye. We walk out on the front porch. This man already has 2 horses, saddle, waiting. I walk out there and I look, and he keeps walking. He goes, "Come on, that's my daughter's horse. You can ride her." Said, "No, you're wrong. I don't care if it's whose horse it is. I can't get near that horse." He turns around, looks at me, and said, "What'd you say?" I said, "I can't get near that horse. I'm allergic to it. Unless you got some allergy pills or something right here. I don't have any. I can't get near that damn horse." He goes, You wait a minute." And he walks over, he grabs that horse, his daughter's horse that he was going to let me ride. His daughter's horse. That's Cowboy Watachi. I was giving his daughter's horse. His daughter was 5 or 6 years old, folks. That's how much confidence he thought. That's how cowboy he thought I was. That's for sure. He walks that damn horse over there to the barn. He opens up these big old doors on the front of that barn. He walks that horse in there. And he's in there doing something. And I'm like, all of a sudden I hear, I'm like, what the fuck? Here he comes out of that barn, man. It looks just like a Jeep, that old Jeep Wrangler, hard top. But it's a Toyota. I ain't playing with you. If it was a Jeep, I'd tell you it was a damn Toyota. He drives it right up next to his horse. He gets out of it. He goes, "Now, we've done killed enough time. Let's go. You can follow me in that." I said, "Well, hell yeah, let's go." He gets on his horse and he starts going, man, out across this field. This thing's already in 4-wheel drive. I'm like, what this is, I couldn't ask for a better day. And I followed that cowboy around. I'm telling you what, nursing them cows and shit, he had to give them shots. He had to do all kinds of shit to them sick-ass cows. On top of it, it was cold when we was there. It's always cold up there, folks. I don't care what time of the year you go up there. The mountains that are around this area are taller, and they always have snow on top of them. Always. My wife grew up in this shit, rancher shit. She's a tough woman, I guarantee you. Me and her, well, we done some shit. I'm talking physical shit, folks. We could do some. As a team, buddy, we were unstoppable. And but those Those are cowboys, folks. I'm not a cowboy. I'll show you this hat. This is what I liked about it and why I bought it the day I bought it. And I'm going to tell you, I bought it in a truck stop. I ain't playing with you. I was a truck driver driving all over. I was all over everywhere. And I never wore a cowboy hat, never wore a baseball cap. I hated it. I never even wore one of them things that you stretch over in the wind or over your hat. No, when I was a kid, I had feathered bangs. Freaking, what was it, a mullet, I guess it was. I wasn't messing my hair up with a hat. While I was painting houses, sometimes I'd wear a hat if I was indoors spraying and I didn't want to just my hair just. But I didn't like to wear a hat, folks. And for some reason, this freaking hat. Now, I'm going to show you this hat. It is not a cowboy hat. It could be any kind of a hat. It's round. The rim can be bent. You can do all kinds of shit with this hat, folks. This is why I bought it. You can even wear it like this. You can wear it all kinds of different ways, folks. That's why I bought this fucking hat. I was sitting in there playing with this hat one day, and I was like, it ended up turning out being bent the way I keep it bent. Just because everybody kept calling it. See, I'm going to have to take it in the house and rebend the whole damn thing now. See what you people put me through? Oh, hell. I'm going to have to rebend the shit out of it. Well, does it look like a cowboy hat now? Hell no. It's not a cowboy hat. If you get a good look at it, here, let me do this. No, that looks blue with that freaking LED light. The hat is actually green, folks. It's a hunting hat. It's a hunting hat. If you're out in the damn woods and it's raining and shit, this thing's good to have. Keep it off your face. Stay down like this, keep the rain out off of your face and shit, okay? That's what this hat is. It's not some people call it an Indiana Jones hat, but most people call it a cowboy hat. Well, this hat has been a hillbilly hat since I've owned it. And that, whew, it's got to be at least a decade. At least a decade I've been wearing this stupid hat. But now it's became an emblem, I guess, a symbol of Watachi running free. So you can do this hat and all kinds of things. You can do it many different ways, folks. That's what I bought the hat for, because I like it. And I that's the thing. Now, most people, if they see me like this, and I can't even shit. That's, most of you wouldn't even recognize me, would you? If you heard that laugh, you would. I know that. But that hat, that stupid hat, has become part of me. And there's even guys I've been talking about getting a new one, because I know where to get them. I can order them online, just like it. And people want this original one. There's people that want that damn thing. So it's going up for auction at thewatachibarn.com. Get your what they call that? Get your bids in early, folks. it won't be around forever. And the next hat, that'll be the last one. Guys, I'm fucking with you. But I am not a cowboy. This is a hillbilly hat, not a cowboy hat. Love you guys. God loves you. Seek Jesus' path. Follow that man. Follow what he did. And he'll know you at that gate. If not, get yourself a hat. It's going to be hot. Love you guys.